Welcome to another jam-packed MMA episode of the Kick Him in the Head podcast. And tonight it is the prediction show for EFC 128. And as always, I'm your host Yao, and helping me break it all down are BJ Jenkins, Brendan. Welcome to the show, and someone who looks. I'm not sure what's going on down there with the Kraken, but as always, welcome Kraken. Kraken, I think let's start with you. What's happening, bro? Let's talk to us. What's happening?
Um, what do you mean? What's happening, bro? You know you put me on probation, bro. Like I wasn't here the last. I was put on suspension. But like obviously you did tell me to write a well thought note, and I think I'll read it at the end of the show. You know, to the great UFC champion that is Luke Michael, the prodigy. The still young gun. That is Luke
The
Michael.
young
So
old gun.
no, Brandon, no, Brandon.
With
Uh,
Oh,
with that
sorry.
yeah,
said,
I'm
Brendan,
gonna get pulled.
yeah, I am still under. I'm
coming for
still
you
under
next.
probation. Yeah, I'm still under probation. So I'm
Keep his
trying
name out your mouth.
in the good books of the dictator.
And he who is keeping his face off our screens, Brendan, talk to us. How are you doing today?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm blessed to be here and excited to break down this card, man. I love fights. It's always great to talk about fights and get EFC the knowledge that they need, man. The guidance from the fans' point of view.
100%. I think getting straight into it, let's talk about the card. EFC 128, Sekeletu versus Westhazen. Interesting card. He made a comment a couple of minutes ago saying, he's not looking at this card. There are a few bangers, there are a few fights that I do want to see the outcome of. I think overall, for me, I think it's a decent card. Not sure how the fights will pan out, but I'd give it say like a 6.5 out of 10 in terms of decency. Brendan, how are you feeling about this card? Let's start rating these cards. How are you feeling about this card? Let's give it a rating. Which fights are you looking forward to?
Dude, man, I think this card is one of those sleeper cards. I don't think it's absolutely terrible. I think it's going to showcase, like they're trying to build the divisions, man. They're trying to establish new contenders, and I don't think it's too bad of a card. I think there are some cracking fights on there. Um, in terms of star power, maybe you don't have the massive stars that you'd look to expect for an EFC card, man. But you also don't. You need to make new stars, man. Like, and this is a great opportunity and a great card in order to do so.
100%. Achi, wait, actually, wait, before we get to Achi, how much would you rate this card out of 10?
I would say looking at it as a building block for the future. I'll give it a 7, man. I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
Okay, not bad, not bad. Kraken, the man who's just come back from probation, tell us about this card. How are you feeling about this card overall?
Uh, to be honest, I'm gonna give you my honest opinion, and anything with Ayanda's one on the main card is a two to me. Because we can't have somebody who's been losing fights be on the main card. Is he on the stream? If he's on the stream, I'll say it again. That's a two if he's on the main card because we need winners, man. We need exciting fights. Yes, he gives us exciting fights, but like, come on, bro. Like, and like you said, yeah, on the podcast, on the at the press conference, he was saying that what he wants the loser, but like, come on, bruv. Like, you can't literally throw away fights like literally in on the last round, like, and expect to be gifted losers. Like basically a number one contenders fight. You can't be expected to be gifted. I think that's the problem. I think, like I said, man, we lost. I think the last show that we had, or the preview show, the review show, or I think, yeah, like when we were just talking about
Yeah.
his performance with his fight against, I think it was he fighting Billy last, right?
It was 100 Porter.
Oh, Andre
No,
Buerta.
100.
Yeah, and he lost, right?
The
Yeah,
four
yeah.
minute mile.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yes, the 4 minute mile. Sorry about that. Um, you see, like it's basically because of performances like that. We you don't. I'm sorry, but you do not deserve to be calling for number one contenders fight. So personally, man, anything with Ayanda Zwane on the main card is a shit card. Shout out to Billy the Kid. Billy the Kid, he always shows heart. And Ken Sekeletu, ish. You know I'm Team CIT, man, but I'm just hoping he doesn't do the Rudy Roots flow, like back of the head shots, because we need a clean sport, man. Because like that's the thing, like you winning fights like that, then when you go to the UFC and they clap your erasers like they did Cameron Simon, hey bro, you're gonna get the shock of your life when it's like a real man standing in front of you. But like I said, man, shit card to me.
Kraken woke up and chose violence today.
Absolute violence. So much for my six, but okay, cool. Happy with it overall. Let's get into the actual title fight. You just mentioned a fighter that you like a lot, Billy Oosthuizen. His work rate. We've got Team CIT, one of their current titles that they hold, although obviously they've been on a slight slide lead recently. Ken Sekeletu fighting out of Team CIT under Demar Penna right now. How are you feeling about this fight? How are you feeling about, and Kraken, you just alluded to how he won the title was with what were back to the head shots against Rudy Roots. But how are you feeling about Ken Sekeletu, his preparation, his build up to the fight, the fact that now he's an absolute superstar in Zambia, first Zambian MMA champion professional, and there's been a lot of media attention. He's had to be in the spotlight. How are you feeling about him coming into this fight?
Personally, man, I think all these CIT guys need to chill a bit on the medium. I know they're growing the sport, but like I think they need to chill because like they haven't achieved anything yet. You haven't achieved anything yet. I would say yes, a EFC title is something. Like we wouldn't be, I wouldn't be under the basement in the basement if EFC didn't exist. So, but the mere fact that like he was getting media attention for such a win. Come on, man. Like, show us something, because we need like a Marab performance. We need a Marab performance. Marab Dabshvili versus is it Umar Magomedov. Like, yeah, like a
Nurmagomedov, yep.
statement of a performance. For you to, like, I would say, be gifted media attention like that. Billy Oosterhuizen, man, like he showed heart. Okay, and come on, man, it's dog. It's gonna be a dog. He's been in dog fights, so he knows how to like whip that shit out like a fucking Nigerian porn star. So trust me when I say this, bro. Like Billy Oosterhuizen for the win. That's it.
So, Billy, you've just said that obviously Ken's been getting a lot of attention that he might not be deserving of for the title that he's got. But let's talk about Billy Oosthuizen. Now he's coming in with a record of 9-6, obviously coming up against the undefeated record 6-0 from Sekeletu, with his last fight against Vince Bembe being declared no contest as a low blow rather than a body kick. Billy's experienced. He's lost as many fights as Ken has won altogether in his entire career. He's seasoned fighting out of Godfather MMA. We know that they have boxing prowess. We know that Ken is also a striker. But Brendan, what are your thoughts on Billy's chances of winning this fight against Ken Sekeletu, who we're going to assume now has a bit of wrestling, not a bit, considerable wrestling prowess and capabilities and skills from having trained at Team CIT. What do you think about Billy's
Man,
prospects in this fight?
this fight I think is going to be super exciting, regardless of where it goes. Um, the striking, obviously, Billy's coming down to throw hands, man. He's not scared of a fight. He's always willing to fight. I've been very impressed by Ken. I think I've watched him, like he's always been at like the amateur events and all of that. So like I've seen him fight at amateurs, I've seen him fight at nationals, I've seen him fight EFC, and I've always said that he's a great prospect and is a great talent, and I do think he'll do amazing things. I think he should definitely not look past Billy. I think that could be maybe the downfall if he starts drinking of his own Kool-Aid and looks past Billy, because I think Billy is a tough person to put away. And if Ken thinks he's just going to take him down and wrestle him, I think people are forgetting that Billy's got a few rear naked choke wins, man, over guys that,
Yeah.
in theory, were supposed to have better jiu-jitsu or better ground game than him, and he went out and tapped them. So at the end of the day, I think this is going to be a cracker of a fight. My only problem with this fight is it should be for the undisputed featherweight title.
I think that's definitely one thing that I said to both Billy and Ken is this fight should be for the undisputed title. With the kind of injury that he had, he got that lightweight, which means he hasn't fought in featherweight for a very long time. And he should relinquish, and then when he's ready, don't tell me I'm gone. When he's ready, he should come back and then fight for the title.
Dude,
We
when
believe he'll probably get it then. But
dude, when if Iga had to be gone for the
yes,
next 2 years and he came back and EFC is like immediate title shots, not a single person in the EFC fan base will complain. Not one person will complain at giving him a shot. He deserves
Yeah.
it. What he's done in the
not one.
in the organization, 100% he deserves it. But these guys also deserve to be fighting for an
100%.
undisputed belt.
Yeah, true, man. But also,
I
let me
agree.
say
And
this.
to be
Let me
frank,
say
the
this,
only
yeah.
reason I think we accepted Rudy Roots, yeah,
Yeah, you see, let me just say this. And also Ken, Ken shouldn't. I know Ken. He's trying to, like, I would say, reach for the stars by getting into other MMA promotions, right? And remember, there's in the EFC, man, we have like those people whose dream is to just become an EFC champion. So like, to think that Billy Oosterhuizen is kind of those type of people. Like, I know I'm not. Obviously, this might be a shit compliment, but like, I think Billy is he's EFC champion material. And obviously we've seen other people like do wonders in other promotions, but like, I think Billy Oosterhuizen, this is his chance. He's been waiting for this moment like his whole life. So I personally think Billy's gonna he's gonna make sure that he schools, just like Igor Cabeza schooled Humphrey, Malinga. He's gonna school Ken Sekeletu. Is he gone?
I think the are you with us? Yeah,
No, he's
you
not.
might be
Okay.
frozen for a bit.
Okay. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I think
yeah,
like Iga is an amazing champ, and what happened to him is unfortunate. And no one's saying he's not the champ. We love him, and we want him back in the cage as soon as possible, man. But also take some time to heal up properly, and let these guys fight for your belt. When you are ready to come back, dude, immediate title shots. No one will complain. No one will be upset. Everyone will actually ask for it, kind of thing, man. Like, let's
yeah,
make
yeah,
it
yeah.
for an undisputed title. I don't like the idea of defending interim titles and fighting for new interim titles. I mean, like we've had in this year, this is the second interim title fight, and it's even in the same division. This is
Yeah,
the second interim title defense.
yeah, definitely, man. And it's kind of hindering progress from other from guys, because guys, obviously, somebody wants to fight the champion, but like, how can you fight the champion when the champion is off, you know? And like
Yeah,
obviously that kind of I think that kind of dilutes your resume also, you know?
yes, you were champ for 5 years, but for 3 of those years you didn't fight because you were
Yeah,
injured.
yeah. You see, I think that also dilutes your like. Hey man, don't get me wrong. Either Cabeza should be in the UFC
You
definitely,
should. I
but
agree with you. I agree with you.
yeah, but like like we can't have him always like holding up divisions. Yes, we get that he's good and he can make weight at featherweight and lightweight, but come
Yeah,
on, man.
he's a
Like,
phenomenal athlete, and he will come
yeah,
back strong. If he does fight again, he will. He will. He will be a champion. He will make it to the UFC if that's God's plan for him, man. And he's got all the talent in the world to make it happen, and it will happen for him. Let's keep the division rolling, and when you're ready to come jump on your throne again, then by all means come challenge for that belt, man.
yeah, yeah, Brandon. And how are you? I would say while we wait for Yao, how are you seeing the matchmaking of everything? You know, like the
Oh,
whole.
dude, the matchmaking is absolutely horrific at the moment. Like it certain things are not making sense in the way that they go about their business, man. Like maybe some of the fights do make sense, but as a whole, man, it's absolutely ridiculous. I was looking at a stat the other day. Out of
Yeah.
if we work to November, if we work to November, by the end of the November card, EFC would have had 12 title fights this year. Out of those 12 title fights, only 10 were for undisputed titles.
Okay.
Out of those 10 undisputed title fights, in 7 of them, one of the fighters fighting for the belt were coming off losing streaks. And people come at me and they say maybe it's in the it's in the what the divisions that are stretched, or the divisions that don't have contenders or something like that. And it's not the case, because let's talk about the divisions that are stretched, man. Like you have, let's talk light heavyweights. The
Yeah.
light heavyweights athlete that they brought from Brazil was on a winning streak. Let's talk
Yeah.
about the
Yeah.
women. The women, like we all know, women's MMA in the country at the moment. Unfortunately, we don't have so many athletes able and willing to fight at the moment, and I know they're working hard to do that. But in that stretched division, the female that they brought from Brazil on a winning streak. Let's
Yeah.
talk about the other big division, which is the heavyweight division. The guy who they brought in originally to fight Alves Moyo, Anthony Morel, he was on a 5 fight winning streak. Like, so you can't even tell me it's the divisions that are stretched where they are struggling to find contenders.
Yeah.
Like, because they are finding contenders on winning streaks. Now you go into all these other divisions and the guys are coming off losing streaks and getting title fights. Like, make that make sense.
Yeah, man, true. Like, and kind of that kind of leaves like a distaste for the fans, you know, because it's the same thing as, bro. Like, I look forward to I think it's the featherweight Grand Prix, where like Simba Rasha or Konye was like going to fight for a title, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
and then PFL swooped him up just like that, you know, and the mere fact that these guys, I think, I don't know if it's a money issue or what, you know,
You
because
know
like,
what?
yeah,
The It's not so like I do believe maybe like obviously I'm not the one doing the financials and all that, so I can't comment on whether they have money or not, man. But just the way you're going about your matchmaking is crazy. You offer guys to fight each other on short notice. The one says, "Nah, let's wait until the next event." You say, "No, that's cool." The next event, you give the guy you offered him a title shot, coming off a loss. Yes, the loss was in an international promotion, but he's coming off a loss. Why
yeah,
wouldn't you just make the fight you originally wanted? Then the winner can fight the champion.
yeah, yeah. So Yeah, also that, it's like what? Like, are they lacking in star power, or are they trying to recycle fighters? Is
It
that the
doesn't like it really doesn't make sense, man. Like also before you're entitled, like in my opinion,
yeah
before you're entitled to an international opponent to defend your belt against or to fight your for a vacant belt for, you have to defend your belt against the top contenders in your division in your country.
yeah definitely
I and a lot of people might think this is biased or this is um I'm attacking people's characters, man, and I'm really not, man. I love Villy. I think Villy's an amazing fighter. I think he's gonna go places in the sports. I think he's gonna be one of those guys, man, that will make it to the UFC and he will make it big.
yeah
But who has he defended against? What contenders has he defended against? There's contenders. The flyweight division is one of the most stacked divisions in EFC.
it
But you're
definitely
defending against bums from overseas.
yeah
You're defending against guys with 3-1 records or a guy coming off a 2-fight losing streak. Like, fight your contenders in your division. Fight, dude. I understand this fight that they put on with Tumelo. I understand it. I
yeah
understand that Tumelo's was the number one contender before he left for Tough. He did lose at Tough. He is coming back from a loss. I think Tumelo is also an awesome human being, man. I think he's a really skilled fighter. And yeah, he will do well in the title fights. And I actually think he'll probably beat Vili. But does he
yeah
deserve to get a straight title shot? I don't know, man. I don't know about that.
yeah but I get you though, but like also like I said, trying to recycle star power. They're gonna sell, they're gonna push that it's tough, he's from tough, like, he's he's almost been there. So yeah, like, kind of leaves a bad taste in my mouth, honestly, because like I said, they're gonna lose a lot of fights. Like, where's my guy Balelo? Where's my guy? Like, we have so many guys who are
You haven't
literally,
seen. You haven't. I mean, we have. I'm excited for this fight, but like we have Boyd Allen coming back to fight Vince Bembe. Like,
yeah,
this is awesome, man. It's awesome to see Boydie back in the EFC. But like, oh guys, where are the
yeah,
fights in the divisions that you need to be making?
yeah, yeah, but definitely, man. Let's
Like,
just hope
where's Badat? Where's Badat?
he's making steaks, bro.
What's he
He's
doing?
making.
Where's Badat? Bring Badat. We have a leopard here waiting for him, a number one contender. We have a guy, the guy from in the purple suit that stood in front of you and faced off, ready to go for you to defend your belt. Where are you hiding? Why are you running?
Yeah, man, and the great Luke Michael is not hiding at all from Barat. He's not
Luke's hiding
hiding
from
from Barat.
Badat's hiding from Peace. I'm like, what's happening here?
No, no, you put your name, you put your mouth out of Luke Michaels. He's a great champion, and he has showed us that he is one of the most entertaining fighters in the EFC. So, Yao, are you back? I think he's
You
still
with
got
us, yeah?
like, yeah. Okay. Do you know the fight card, or should we just chop it up about
Do we
like
got it? We can jump
comment?
into the co-main events if you want. We have
Yeah.
Sia Nomvembe fighting JT Puerta. That's a
Okay.
bit of a
CIT
slobber
chef.
knocker right there.
After such a performance, man, do we think? Okay, I think he did save the card versus
It did.
Luke Michael. And JT Buota, what has he been up to?
He hasn't fought in quite a while, man. The last time I saw him fight, dude, I can't even off the top of my head think about it. But we know he's bringing quality. He's bringing that CIT um pedigree
Mystique.
and game plan and stuff to this
Yeah,
man. And I think it's going to be exciting. I think they're both going to go in. I know Sia's obviously not afraid to fight, and I don't think JT Buerta is also one that's afraid to fight. So I think it's going to be like two mountains meeting each other in the middle of the hex.
Yeah, yeah, man. Like, hopefully, Sia can be the dude who's gonna be able to, I would say, pick up where he left off. Because, like, I know he didn't really pose much of a threat against
I don't know,
the
man. Like
great champion.
he did rock him like once or twice in the fight, man. So I think if Sia has been working on his ground game and working on his wrestling, I think he will pose a challenge for Luke. Um,
Yeah.
Luke has always said that we haven't seen his stand up yet because no one stopped the takedown. So let's see if we can teach Sia how to sprawl for 5 rounds. Let's see if Luke has the striking he says he has.
Okay. Yeah. 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 I get it, man. And I would say we got the third fight on the main card. We got your boy, the track star.
Ah, Yandazwane.
Yeah, he's going up
Okay, guys,
against.
am I back? Can you hear me?
Miyaba, who's coming off a 3 fight win streak. Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah,
Oh, thank God.
you're back. You're with us.
I think so. I hope.
Oh, there he's gone again.
Oh my god! But yeah, yeah. Remember
And
Zwane?
he's back. Nah, man. I think out of all those main card fights, the one that stands out for me the most is Brandon Santos versus Calcelo Mochela. I think
Yeah,
that one is going to be a barn burner. They both come to fight, man, and they're really gonna throw it down. I've seen good stuff from Calcelo. He's tough, a tough opponent, very difficult to put away. Brandon Santos is also a young up and coming talent. I've seen him fight a couple times at Versus. I've seen his jiu-jitsu. He's got decent blue belt jiu-jitsu, man, and I think they're gonna both go in there and try and take each other's heads off.
yeah, definitely, man, definitely. And you have been hyping Calcelo, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I only know Calcelo because of you. I can't even say his name. I can't. I wouldn't be able to say his name if it wasn't for you, and that
Dude,
says a lot. Cause I'm black and you're white as snow.
dude, for me, like Calcelo's record doesn't tell the story of Calcelo as the fighter because
Yeah,
he has taken on the who's who of the flyweight division. He has put them through the ringer. Yes, there's been one or two fights, one that I can think of in specific, but let's not go there. That
yeah,
looks a bit easy, but the rest of them, he gave Vili one of Vili's toughest fights. He gave Zondi a tough fight. He gave
yeah.
he's given the who's he gave Terrence a tough fight. Terrence yet did end up putting him away. But he's fought the who's who of the flyweight division and man, don't sleep on Calcelo. He hits hard, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely looking forward to
Okay.
seeing that. Let's talk about
So,
Paramount. We good? We good, y'all?
yeah, I think, I hope so. I hope I'm here. But very quickly, where it comes to the odds this week, World Sport Betting didn't have any odds on their site. They literally, if you go to EFC on World Sport Betting, it says currently no active events. So there's actually nowhere I can find that the odds are present right now as we speak. But I did find, which might be made up, but I did check on Google and Google gave me those odds. I don't know when those odds are from. I don't know if they're accurate. I don't know which betting
I
house
think
put
World
those
Sports
odds
Betting
out.
is under maintenance. I think their site's under maintenance at the moment. I think they said that from the 8th until or up until the 8th or something like that, there's
Ooh.
maintenance happening. So certain sporting events are not available.
Okay, so let's presume these are the odds on the site that Google managed to scrape from some sort of past before they actually went down for maintenance. So we can assume that the odds that are there, the main card fight odds, are accurate and we can look at those. But let's start at the bottom. Let's quickly go through our picks. Um, I'll go first. So for the first fight between Bati and Diedrichs, I've got Bahati. Bahati's coming, I think it's his debut in Henwich's 0-1 and the debutant in EFC always, so I'm going with him. Gumbi versus Mbombe, I'm going with Gumbi. Mbombe is not experienced. Jungula versus Martinu. Jungula, Sisa Jungula's finally getting his fight. I'm going with Jungula in that fight. JD Van Maver versus Willem Smith. I'm going JD. I think he's going to put him away. Kloka versus Zola. I'm going to go with Kloka. For me, that's the fight of the night that I see coming. But I'm going to go with Kloka in that fight. Kunene versus Nakana. I'm going to go with Kunene in that fight. Adams versus Sekukune. I'm going with Adams. And then I'll let you guys do the prelims before we talk more about the main card.
Perfect,
Yeah,
perfect.
man. Let
Go
me.
first. Go first, Kraken.
Can you show me the prelims? Because like my phone is a bit like I can't
They're
see.
at
I
the.
can't see. I can't see shit.
Okay, let me run with it while you figure that out.
Yeah.
Um, dude, I'm gonna back Diedrichs in this one, man. I think Stefan is he's gonna come to fights. He's gonna shock the world, Mr. Redbeard. Number two, I think I'm gonna go with Gumbi. I don't know too much about his opponent. Cisa is gonna put on a show for you boys. I believe this with my whole heart. I love Cisa. Van der Merwe coming off the knockout loss to Mark Kumba, fighting Willem Smith, who's just come off a loss at bare knuckles. So that's going to be quite interesting. But I do think Jaden's going to get it done. Impol versus Ash. That's a cracking fight, but I do think Impol's got the skills to get it done. Kunene Nakana. That's a little bit of a crazy fight, but I'm gonna back my boy Alistair. I think it's about time for a bit of a turnaround for him. Adams versus Sekukune is a very interesting fight. Reason being is Sekukune is coming off an amazing front kick knockout at I think it's an event in Reunion Island. So a bit of an international promotion. He's coming back from a big head kick knockout, and that's very impressive. Yassine Adams, I've seen so much good things from him, but he's coming off a draw to Lucky Bosco, and
Mm-hmm.
I think he just needs to maybe watch the not and I mean this in the most respectful way possible, man. I think he just needs to not drink of his own Kool-Aid and go in there and get the job done and not try and play the ego battle of I can outstrike you because Sekukune is an elite level kickboxer coming out of 18 stars. So don't sleep on his kickboxing. I think if Adams comes in with the right game plan and he's head on straight, he puts this guy down and finishes him with some jujitsu. I think it's a good day for Adams, but don't sleep on that fight.
Achi, who you got?
Definitely. Me man, I'm with my boy. We got a first ever elite slap sports slap fighter fighting on the card, and he's on the prelims. Zeka Moitinho, I think. You know, he's
Oh,
fighting
Moutinho,
under.
yes.
He's fighting under. He's fighting under the Mount Pena, and man, I'm heavily excited about that one. You know, because he's been with me, man. He's a very very nice dude, I would say. But like, and I
He's
saw
got a
his toughness.
tough
You know,
plate in front of him, Bozza.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
man.
Trust
Versus
me,
Sisa.
bro. Trust me, bro. Trust me, bro. Like Zeka has that heart in him. You know, has that heart in him. Yes, he's had a couple losses in the amateur scene, but like definitely, my God, you know, like this is the guy I'm gonna be glazing for the next couple of years in the EFC.
Ach, he's good.
Um, Trust me, bro. Like, but otherwise, that's my guy. That's it. That's it. But like for now, I just want to say thank you, Luke Michael, for allowing me to get back on the show, and thank you, Boss Yao. I still have my notes that I'm gonna read at the end of the show. So yes.
Awesome. I think that's our picks for the prelims. Exciting fights there. Now, let's get into these odds that we do have for the main card. The odds that we do have, starting with the main fight, is Ken Sekeletu, the outright favorite, 1.3 to 3.5 odds against Billy Oosthuizen. Then we have the chef, Sia Nomvemve versus JT Porta. The odds have Sia winning that one, 1.7 to 2.2 in favor of Sia November. Then we have Ayanda the Power Zwane versus Roberto Miyaba. Odds heavily in Miyaba's favor. The odds have it 3 to 1.4 in favor of Miyaba. So they've got Miyaba as the favorite and Ayanda's a 3-point underdog, which is just a lot. That's, I think, the highest we have here. No, actually, Billy Oosthuizen as well. Then Jaujero versus Brandon Santos is 2.5 to 1.5 in favor of Santos. So the odd makers think that Santos will take this fight over Muchela. And then we have Nicholas Vermark versus William Nakana at 1.5 to 2.45. The odds having Vermark as the favorite. That's the main card. That's how the odds have it. Let's go with you first, Brendan. Who do you have as the winners in the fights on the main card?
Man, let's start with for Mark and Lakana. I think that's going to be a barn burner, and sure, I'm gonna go with Ragnar, man. I think Lakana is gonna get it done, so I'm gonna go with the underdog on that one. Santos Mochela, fight of the night, fight of the night, without a shadow of a doubt. These boys are gonna put on the best fight on the night, in my opinion, and I think. Yo, man, I actually don't want to predict a winner here, but if I really have to listen to my head, I think I'm just gonna go with Santos just on the pure basis of he does also have jiu-jitsu. So that has been a downfall for Muchela over the past couple of fights. So if Santos can put in his jiu-jitsu, then I think Santos takes it. Miyaba beats Swane. Nomvemve beats JT Puerta. And main events. My head's telling me Ken, but my heart's telling me Billy.
Yeah, very interesting picks. Shout out to Joe V in the chat. Anyone knows what's going on with the odds? No idea, but Brendan says that World Sport Betting is most likely down for maintenance, which means they will most likely be up tomorrow, if not the morning of the fight, before you can actually have a look at the odds. We did manage to scrape some odds of the internet, as you see there on the bottom. So you can have a look at those for now, but the odds will only be live on World Sport Betting probably tomorrow. Achi, how about you? Main card, odds versus who do you think is going to win?
Man, I would say I'm Team Pandemonium, so I train with Vermag, so trust me, brother. I'll never go against my my teammate. So I would say that. For Santos, I would say I'll go for Santos. I'll go for Santos. But then I think the one fight that I'm looking forward to seeing is obviously Zwane. I'm looking forward to seeing Zwane like get his shit together, or like I think this is a make it or break it moment, man. Are you gonna be a P.D. Coxon, or are you gonna be a Luke
Hey,
Michael?
shout out to the double division bare knuckle champion, Petey Coxon.
Yeah,
Let's
man.
Can't talk
go,
shit about
Thunder.
Petey.
Hey, man, but like,
Thunder.
listen though, like come on, bro. Like we have to make sure that we know that like Ayanda's one is at a crossroad right now. Like I think if he loses this fight, he should definitely become a barista or something. Cause like fighting is not gonna be his forte anymore. Cause come on, bro. Like I know you're trying to put food on the table for your family, but win some fights, bro. Like come on, like give us something. Cause you're busting up our parlays here. You're wasting my money. And definitely I would say I'm Team CIT. I guess I'm gonna be one of the party poopers. Gonna be going for Bota, obviously. But like the one fight that I'm currently looking forward to is Ken Sekeletu versus Billy, because I personally think this is the time where Ken gets tested. He's gonna be tested, and it's gonna be that thing of like do you really want to be a champion? You know, like this is, I think this is Billy Woostazian's, I wouldn't say last title fight, but like the title fight that he's always dreamed of, you know? And he gets to take it away from CIT. I think that's like the cherry on top, you know? Like imagine like taking a title from CIT and you've worked so hard and come on, man, like you just survived a crucifixion against the Yandazwani only to, you know, like yeah, I'm gonna say Billy, Billy for that one, and yeah, I'm going against CIT. I know, I'm going against CIT, but like yeah, man, I'm in the basement right now, so that's it.
You're beneath the basement. You are the foundation of it in and of itself, where the underdog competition comes into consideration. So, okay, I think for the most part, there's not too much of a spread here, but I'm gonna go with Vermark. I think he gets it done over Nakana. I don't. Ragnar, I haven't listened much from him. Santos versus Moitella fight. In picking underdogs, I've definitely got Montreal as a potential underdog, but I think Brandon Santos wins that fight. I saw them at the face-offs, at the press conference. He just looks more confident. He's bigger. I think from what I've seen in his fights, he can take the shot. So I'm going to go with Brandon Santos to win in that fight. The odds have it right. The Ayanda Zwane fight, you know,
You
the
bet
fact that we must,
he's picking
yeah,
Zwane.
no, I'm just saying, I could.
You
Let's
picking
see.
Zwane.
Let's see.
He's a brave
Let's see.
man.
The fact that we have to ask which Ayanda Zwane will show up is
Brendan, are you still
problematic
here?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
in and of itself. Hey, don't rag on
I
my
think I
pick.
might be
I'm
the
I'm
only one
giving
here.
I'm giving the dictator time to finish his sentence.
So, like Brad Tavares, the fact that we must always ask which Brad Tavares is about to show up is problematic. And for that reason, I think Roberto Miyaba might just have his number on the
Yeah,
night.
I don't know if
I
I'm the
believe
only
in
one
Ayanda,
here.
but I think Roberto might. I
I'm
don't know
not.
because Ayanda's hungry.
I
You're
think
not
it's
the
a
only
great
one.
fight. I do think
Yeah,
I
it's a
think
great fight.
the odds are a bit crazy. Like a 3-1. I'm like, sure, okay, that's a bit rough
Yeah,
because Yanda has shown a lot of good stuff in the EFC.
and good
So
skills.
that is a bit crazy. But I do think my
Man,
Miyaba's coming off of 3 fights, 3 finishes. So that might be the
what's happening, y'all?
basis of odds. But yeah, 3-1 or 3-2, whatever it is crazy. But yeah, man, I think it's a very open fight.
Yeah.
Depending on
I
which
like that
Ayanda
fight.
shows up, obviously.
I think it's 50-50. The other dog I'll pick is definitely Ayanda because there's a chance that
Bro,
he
what
could win
I
that fight.
did?
So in the dogs competition,
My
I'm going
God,
with Ayanda. But is Achi okay there? Achi,
what do
you
I get
okay?
to do?
No, he
He's
killed his
gone.
funding.
I
He
got his
ran
fight.
out of Wi-Fi.
I tried. I transferred my Wi-Fi to him, and then in the JT Bota fight versus, um, oh gosh, who's JT fighting again? Nomvembe,
See ya.
see, of course, the chef. There's something about JT, and I watched the press conference. For me, it's always the press conference and the weigh-ins where you can tell who's really gonna take it. But he sounds really relaxed, and I don't know if he's got that hunger and that fire for what the chef brings. Because chef just brings a violence. He just swings and swings and swings. So I think I like chef for this match. You know, it's tough to go against the CIT, but I think I've got Chef in this fight. I think he's gonna just edge out JT just with sheer violence and the power that he brings. JT would be very technical, but when you meet a semi-technical, semi-all-power fighter like Chef, it's not an easy night in the office, and I think he's gonna just likely overpower JT Bota. Then in the title fight, I think I want to sort of echo what you said, Brendan. My head says Ken, my heart says Billy, because Ken even said it at the press conference. Billy's been at this for more than 10 years. I think his first amateur fight was in about 2014. So it's about 10 years, 2013, 14. It's about 10 years in for him now. And it would be nice, like watching Dustin Poirier, you know, get a title. He's not yet at the tail end of his career, not by a long shot, but you want to see someone who's worked as hard as he has get a title. However, you've got Ken Sekeletu, undefeated, trains with Team CIT, trains with Dante, King Cobra. They come with all this energy. First Zambian champ, all of that aura comes with him. And you want to see fighters like that also prosper. From the technical side, Ken just has power. And for what Billy did against Ayanda, is that he showed that you can beat me up, but you're not going to win. And that's the thing with Billy Oosthuizen, that you can never write him off. So I'm going to go with Ken Sekeletu, but that would be my third dog is Billy the Kid, because I think that in an outside chance, he manages to get it done somehow. It's a fight at the end of the day. There are mistakes, and he is that good. So I'm going to go with Ken Sekeletu
I
in
hear what
the
you're saying
title
about the
fight.
aura. I hear what you're saying about the aura and that feeling that they bring to the fight. These the Zambian fighters, man. But unfortunately for them, they are fighting someone who doesn't give a shit who you are. He
Yeah.
doesn't. He really doesn't. He's coming to fight. You're a guy. You're a human. You bleed. You're standing across the cage from him. He doesn't care who you are. He's going to fight you. And I think if they think that the aura is going to get them through, they've got a bit of a surprise coming. Do I think he can get it done? Of course. I think Ken can win, and of course I think Billy has a chance to win as well. I think it's going to be a closer fight than a lot of people expect.
Yeah.
I agree
Definitely.
100%, because they both want it. Billy wants it. Ken doesn't want to lose it. It's going to be a close fight. And in terms of finishing, Ken isn't really, well, he never used to really be a finisher. Like, he will slog it out with you to the end. And with a fighter like Billy, oh, you don't want to do that with Billy Oosthuizen, because he will finish you unexpectedly or somehow manage to beat you on point. So it is going to be a very good fight. Going to be a very, very interesting fight. That much I will certainly say.
I just hope
Now,
on
yeah,
Thursday at the weigh-ins they announce that it's for an undisputed belt.
what are the odds of that? I hope so too, but what are the odds
They've
of
done
that?
it
I
once.
wonder.
They've done it once. It was when who won the belt? Nicholas Wende. He fought Souza, I think it was, where it was
Paulinho,
always
yeah,
for an interim title, and then at weigh-ins they said, "Hey, listen, dude. By the way, you guys are actually fighting for the undisputed belt." So if we can have a
because that's
moment
when
like
King
that, that
Shaka,
would be
yeah,
beautiful.
okay. Okay, that would work. That would work out very nice. I hope they've heard the calls of the fans and, quite frankly, the calls of reason, and also to take the pressure off Iga. Just holding a title, not being able to compete, that hurts. It doesn't really fuel you to get back because you know you can't, and it hurts just to have people calling you out because you know you're out. So I think it'll also release some pressure off him and allow him the time that he needs to heal properly, because head injury is bad. If it's bad, it's bad. So yeah, let's hope that happens, Brendan. Let's definitely hope
And
that happens.
the last thing we want is for Iga to rush back and then get clipped with something that, if he had taken the time to recover, he would have
Yeah.
been okay. And he gets clipped with something
Exactly.
that he knows was like, no ways, dude. This guy didn't knock me out. Like, I just
Yeah.
wasn't ready to be back. We don't want that moment.
Yeah. Imagine Ayanda's running clipping Edith Cabeza, bro. Oh my god. That's the stuff nightmares are made of.
Wow.
That is crazy. So yeah, Edith Cabeza, take a break, brother. Heal up. We wanna see you to the top.
Seeing him at the top definitely is what we want to do. So let's quickly get to the underdogs competition. Now, we don't really have any concrete underdogs um, in terms of odds as yet, but having a quick look at the card, which underdogs on the main card do you guys think have a chance, and which ones are a no? And then obviously we'll look at it from outside of the competition once we have the final odds and make our final choices. So what do you guys think?
Okay. For me, give me Buata. You know, give me Buata. Give me Zeka, my boy Zeka, right there, man. Gotta represent. He's an underdog, right? He's an
But we
No,
don't
we
have
don't
underdog.
have any. So actually, that's a
Okay,
better question. Actually, of
yeah, I
of
think
the prelims, we don't have any odds for the prelims. Which fighters do you think will be underdog, and which ones do you think will be the favorite on the prelims? Because we don't have odds for that.
okay.
Actually,
Yeah, so
actually, you can continue there.
I think Zeka's gonna be definitely an underdog,
Hmm.
and I would say Shoka maybe Shoka an underdog. Then
Yes, agreed.
Smith. I think Smith has been tossed around a bunch. He's been tossed around like a salad. So I think he's gonna be an underdog too.
Even though Jaden's coming off a KO, yes, KO loss, yeah.
Yeah. So
Kunere
trust me, man.
Nakana,
I think that's gonna
who's the
reflect him.
underdog? Mm, yeah, because Alistair gasses. We saw that in the
I
last
think
fight.
1.95, 1.95, those two. I think that's gonna be
I like that. Okay, fair enough. Um, Adams versus Sekokune.
Sekakune underdog, but if the odds makers are any smart, I don't think it will be a big gap with him coming off of that beautiful front kick knockout in Reunion
Mm,
Island.
interesting. Okay. I think I'm inclined to agree. Although I think it might be a big spread. I think it might be like 2.95 to 1.7, 1.6, somewhere there. Okay, the Gumbi versus Mbombe.
I have no idea who that guy
Yeah,
is. So
He
Mbombe looks like an underdog to me with the hairstyle.
he's 0-1
So
fighting out of DRC.
yeah, you see, like I said, he
and
looks like
lecture's
an
what, like
underdog to me.
0-3 or 1-3 or what's lecture?
Uh, at this point, the only thing I know is Lecture's experience. Let's see. Lecture's record.
It's like
He
I am
is
this one.
sitting on 1-3.
Oh, on the money there even. Well done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you nailed it. 1-3.
Beat
So
that
okay,
that will shock me.
if who wins?
No, I'm like, who did he win? Where's his one win
Oh,
from?
I think I've been watching Lecture Gumbi since his first fight. Although now it's Lecture Insangase, which is confusing but cool. He beat David Mambo in his first fight.
Oh, oh, by DQ or something like that.
Yeah, by low blow.
Yeah, but thought so.
Yeah.
Thought so.
Okay. Okay.
That guy doesn't know the
But
rules.
with that said, he had a fairly successful amateur career. Interestingly enough, only 3 losses.
Okay, that's good. Oh man, a fighter's a fighter. If you step in that cage, you're a champion regardless. You're better than 90% of the world's population.
Agreed. And then the last fight, Party versus Deirdrix. Who do you have as the underdog in that fight?
The guy with the beard. It's
I
definitely
don't know
gonna be.
about
Deirdrix.
that, eh? I don't know about
Yeah.
that. He's been the active fighter. It might not be in MMA, but he's had MMA fights. He's had bare knuckle fights. He's been active. I've The only Bahati I know is the one that fought JP Kruger. So I don't know about this one who this is, but yeah, I haven't seen him fight before. I think Diedrichs is probably the favorite because of the activity.
So Party is 0-0, has one amateur fight that he won. In terms of Deirdrix, yeah, he's been fighting for a long time. In his amateur career, he beat Christopher Matukane and JP Albo, so only 2 out of 5 wins. And in his first pro fight, he lost to Kanyo Makam, who we know is the versus middleweight champions in middleweight. He's the middleweight champion there. What weight
Lightweight champ,
class? Is he the lightweight champ?
lightweight champ.
Oh, I thought it was the middleweight. Oh, okay, cool. But he lost to Kanyo Makam, the lightweight champ
Which I'm not
versus.
surprised. That guy's a savage.
Yeah, he's an absolute butcher. Okay, so look, I think I might agree with you, Brendan. I think although Deirdre's is on 0-1 and Bati's 0-0, I think Deirdre's might be the one who might come out as the favorite in that fight. Absolutely awesome, gentlemen. That is the card that we have for EFC 128. Brendan, will I be seeing you there on Thursday?
Probably not. I probably won't come for this event, but I'll definitely be watching on your stream for the prelims.
Shout out. We look forward to having you on the stream. Achi, how about you?
Um, hey man, I still gotta read my stuff, so definitely gonna be there.
Okay, take it away. Oh, wait, you want to
Yeah.
leave it there? You want to
Public
leave it here?
service announcement time.
Yeah. So, after careful consideration and reflection, and a couple anger management classes, I have found peace with myself and peace with God. And I would just like to apologize to Luke Michael for the endless trolling and misbehaving actions that I've been behaving. I don't know if those are words, but like it says, y'all wrote it, so like y'all's dumb. Uh, but yeah, man, Luke Michael, I would just like to say I am sorry, and may you please tell my boss to please allow me to have my production set back again, so that I may be able to experience something called lighting. So, but other than that, uh, I would take I would like to take this chance to apologize again to absolutely nobody, because the Kraken does whatever the fuck he wants. Okay, the Kraken does whatever the fuck he
No,
wants. So y'all tell Luke Michael, man, if he wants
I'll
me,
accept it.
I'll send him location. Tell him to meet me in Rwanda or Benin, and I'll make him tap like JP.
Okay, look.
I'll make him tap like JP Crew.
You picked the one fighter that Brendan will 100% agree with.
100%.
Look, we still accept the apology. Nonetheless, apology accepted. Your power is back.
Hey man,
Congratulations.
shout out, bro. Shout out. Shit.
But shout out, gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining me for this. Looking forward to EFC 128 this coming Thursday. Wait, did you guys notice that EFC is now on SABC as well?
Oh
They're
yes.
supposed to be being on there because like a lot of their advertisements run on SABC radio stations.
Sports.
So I think they've always been on SABC Sports. They just don't advertise it as much as they do Super Sports.
I see. Very interesting. Well, shout out to everyone who is watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on all platforms at HeadkickPod. Join us on Twitter. Join us on our Instagram as well. Lots of content out there. And until next time, everyone, Brendan, where can they find you? Kraken, where can they find you?
They can catch me on Instagram, BJ Jenkins 22. And yeah, man, that's pretty much it. And catch me on the end of every single House of Tinkerbell promotion. Get Nathaniel a title shot.
It's the only thing you want. Okay, Kraken, how about you?
Hey man, they can find me anywhere and everywhere, man. I'm on PFL Ground Game. I'm on PFL Podcast. But I'm also always on the Head Kick Podcast, unless I get banned again by my boss Yao. But then, other than that, man, you can find me on
I
Instagram.
thought you got your power back.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, like like the powers that be, man. The powers that be might like try pull the plug like Esco. But like I said, man, I'm always here. Kick him in the head podcast, baby. Dust up, shakedown, everywhere, man. P- MMA to the world. Let me say that. The Kraken to the
Shout out
world.
Ola and the Fight Week show.
Yes, sir.
Shout out all of the Fight Week show and all our affiliates. Do look out for them. But everyone listening, until next time, please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe.
And kick him in the head,
Gentlemen.
baby. Come on, what you talking
Yeah,
about?
we're
Don't
waiting for
forget to
your
kick him in
moment,
the
bro. We're
head.
waiting
I
for
know
your
I
moment.
I,
Kick
I
him
lost
in
my
the
I'm
head.
sorry, I lost myself
I
there.
was like, what the
I lost
fuck?
myself there. And shout out to everyone listening. Until next time, don't forget to
Kick him in the
Kick
head,
him in
baby.
the head.
kick him in the head.